guys, Claire here. I have the afternoon off and it is a lovely Friday. I was working on a video about supervolcanoes, which I hope to upload this weekend, but I reached a bit of an impasse. So I decided to stop what I was doing and watch YouTube for a while. And while I was watching YouTube, I got to thinking about how frustrated I am with people I have voted into office and who seem massively ineffective. And I've been thinking about why that is. And so I'm going to do a little video on that subject. I don't normally do politics. Let me just say straight up, and it's no surprise to anyone, I tend to lean quite a bit to the left. But I have to say the people that I support normally have been usually disappointing, and my disappointment is growing daily. Now let me say up front, and I hope I don't sound like some sort of elitist, but the majority of the American voting public is not very sophisticated. Most people I know can actually speak knowledgeably on 3 subjects, and only 3 subjects. They can talk about their job, they can talk about their family, and normally they can talk about their religious views or their place of worship. After that, the conversation's going to be a little dull. The thing is, it's hard to get their attention, and for most of them, I suspect that news, or what passes for news in our society, sounds a bit like this. I tend to like political leaders who take an intellectual, nuanced point of view on most issues. Unfortunately, in a soundbite world, in which most people are rather distracted and have a short attention span, nuance and subtlety often come across as a bit like this. Perhaps one could get away with sounding like a plaintive oboe and actually communicate with the American public if one were dealing with an honorable opposition, interested in achieving some kind of consensus and something good for the American public, instead of a group of authoritarians with a well-funded noise machine that sounds a bit like this. Where are the Roosevelts? What happened to the Trumans? At this point, I'd even take a Lyndon Johnson. Just somebody with some cojones, instead of a bunch of gelatinous party hacks who apparently think the party slogan should be, "There's always room for Jell-O." And meanwhile, they are faced in opposition by a group of people who are more like this. The current Democratic Party leadership is so venal, so gutless, so lacking in imagination and principle. They would do anything to avoid conflict with the opposition. They wish to appear reasonable, accommodating, willing to compromise. They would sacrifice all to fascists. The American public rightly holds them in disdain, for they are contemptible. Were there a hell, someday their shades would be consigned to the same level as Marshal Pétain, Vidkun Quisling, and this gentleman. you.